Hi, for this final project, I followed Elpha, an emerging app in today's society, and I can't wait to tell you about everything I learned throughout the semester by engaging with this app, and I hope you enjoy my presentation. Okay, so what is Elpha? The app description for Elpha is as follows. Elpha, the community where women talk candidly online, is now an iOS app. Join the community to find support, connect personally and professionally with other women in the industry, make friends, build your network, and search for jobs. This app has a lot you can do on it, so you have the ability to learn from experts during weekly office hours with industry, get your career questions answered by women who are 2 steps ahead, receive support from women who understand what you're going through, explore job opportunities on the job board, share articles, knowledge, and wisdom, stay on top of the latest news and conversations about what's happening in the tech industry, and connect with women who share similar interests as you. So honestly, there's a lot of different aspects of Elpha, and it was cool to see all those different aspects throughout the semester. So here are the features of Elpha. There are a lot of features of Elpha. Elpha is branded as another professional network for women. It has key idiosyncratic functionalities that warrant its uniqueness. First, it's free to use. Second, it stimulates the experience of using social media without the unpleasant baggage that comes with it, in the form of hate comments and overly targeted ads that make one queasy. Third, all the content is moderated by humans, and it is hardly ever that someone reports or flags a post, what seems to retain users on the platform, because the quality of conversation is just much better as those on other social networking websites. So that is awesome. And Elpha doesn't end at providing a platform for conversation. It begins there. Every day, a curated list of posts are sent to your inbox to gloss over. There are weekly office hours where a host of entrepreneurs invite questions on fundraising, startup incubators, and management. The hashtag events page has enthusiastic members hosting meetups in local cities. And if you're hunting for jobs, you can sign up for a weekly email that lets you know of opportunities based on your skill set. Unlike traditional websites, Elpha doesn't contain ads and doesn't intend to. It plans on to net its revenue from companies who wish to recruit women in tech. The women on the platform find opportunities in companies that exemplify the values they care about, and the companies in turn improve their quality gap. It's a win-win situation. Does Elpha follow universal design for learning principles, meaning does it allow for multiple means of representation, multiple means of expression, multiple means of engagement? UDL principles are becoming more and more important as we move toward personalized real-world learning, away from teachers as conduits of knowledge that use limited modes of teaching and delivery. In my opinion, Elpha does follow UDL principles because it allows for multiple means of representation. Women from all different industries can join the app and network. There are also multiple means of expression because you can post, join communities, look at the feed, and chat with other women. This is also true when it comes to multiple means of engagement. You can engage with the Elpha community through chats, posts, replies on people's threads, and there's definitely more than one way to engage on the app, which makes it both unique and effective. So I would say Elpha absolutely follows the universal design for learning principle and therefore makes it a very successful app. Now here's a tough question. Is Elpha a good idea? When looking at Elpha, I think to myself, is Elpha a good idea, and what determines a good idea? There's so many aspects of determining if something is a good idea. When we talked about determining if something was a good idea earlier in the semester, the idea of user practicality came up, and John Rayleigh said how this is an effective way to determine if something is a good idea. He said, does it actually serve a purpose, or is it a fluff idea that doesn't serve a purpose and more likely serves the same purpose as a prior model for a higher price? I believe with Elpha it does serve a purpose for women to network and isn't fluff because it has never been done before. is a way for women to have the ability to grow their tech ideas and businesses through an app without having to go in person to meet with people, which is super convenient during COVID. It allows women to grow in business and network in an easier and effective way. Another measurement of deciding if something is a good idea is simplicity. Can you explain it to a 5-year-old? If you cannot, you must boil the idea to its basic nature. In my line of work, which is marketing, you have to really boil everything down to the basics. So people you're marketing to understand what you're marketing. And Elpha might not be totally simple, but I think you could explain it to a 5-year-old by saying it's a way for women to meet other women and grow their jobs into something bigger. So really it is simple at the end of the day. So next I look at adaptability and the ability to evolve. Elpha is definitely about adapting and evolving with the current times and beyond. The app is always asking for feedback from the users, so they want to improve based on the feedback they receive. A lot of the discussions on the app are about growing in 2020. So for example, how to grow in 2020. They say 3 steps to building strong customer relationships. So that was in one of the emails I received daily from Elpha. So it was a whole discussion on how you can build strong customer relationships in 2021. So they're just definitely about growing and building on what they've already started and have a base for. I also got a message on the app about a month after joining and said, "Hey Maria, welcome to Elpha. I saw you're new and wanted to say hello. I'm Teresa, one of Elpha's community managers. So I want to personally send you a warm welcome. I hope you're staying safe and healthy, and Elpha is able to provide some virtual support for you right now. Also, in case you haven't seen yet, we've made a quick guide to help you get to know Elpha better." And then they provide the link. If you have any questions, just send them my way. I'm really excited to have you here. So this personalized message was a great way for me to learn more about the app and feel connected to someone who's a part of the app and the organization. And I love that. Next, I'm discussing the relevance of Elpha. Elpha is definitely all about staying relevant. One user commented on a post about income trajectory and said, "This is 15 years summarized by my base salary and then total comp if called out. Each bullet is a new role or a new organization. There were merit increases, but I thought more important to put a title on starting salary. I coach women on how to get paid more and promoted faster. I have a lot of content here on TikTok." So users on this app, this Elpha app, are using new platforms like TikTok to promote their business roles so other people in the app can keep up with the trends and are relevant to people on Elpha's platform, but also TikTok, which is a growing trend right now. So you can be introduced to relevant trends on this app if you aren't aware of them already. There are also emails sent out to your personal email once you get accepted on the app, which I talked about earlier, called Elpha Daily. These emails have relevant news, information, and growing trends in tech. It also has a section called In the News, and it shows the top discussions going on in the app. Definitely summarizes all the different things Elpha can offer you in a short, readable, user-friendly email. There's also always current virtual events Elpha holds and you can sign up for, and you can see an example of these in the slide. How does Elpha make connections to people in technology? This is an easy one. Elpha's main purpose is to connect women in the tech industry so they can grow and help each other. There are an insane amount of ways you can connect with people on this app. If you're looking to get involved or want to give back to the community, you become an Elpha contributor. If you're looking to meet others, Elpha hosts weekly curated matches and monthly virtual chats where you can get to know a community manager from our team as well as one-on-ones with another Elpha member. You can also redeem special rewards where you get to know someone new, meet an expert, or a mentor. You can also check out our members directory. So there's just a lot of ways people can connect on this app, and it's really beneficial because it's right in your phone on an app. It's right there. You can do it when you're laying in bed at night. You can do it in the morning. You can do it when you're at the gym. It's just super convenient for you to connect with other women. Next, I look at the attraction of attention from influencers, trendsetters, and other important people on Elpha. So Elpha has an Instagram account called Join Elpha. Many well-known and successful women are promoted through this Instagram page. For example, one of the posts says, this week's Harvard HBS professor Laura Hangala is answering your questions about interpersonal mistakes founders make while pitching investors, the way bias impact fundraising, her research on how several behavioral cues impact investor perceptions, or anything else. They also featured Karen Khan of I Fund Women, and they talked about how she's joining Elpha office hours and answering questions about the CARES Act and the Paycheck Protection programs, and you have a chance to ask her questions. Another feature was Netflix engineering manager Jordana Kawak about growing into leadership and moving from academia to industry, and the link was in the bio for that. So they feature women from all different industries, all different Instagram accounts, promote Elpha, for example, at Boss Women Collective promotes them, and this account has 25,000 followers. So it's all about the connections with the influencers and well-known women-empowered Instagram accounts that will put them in the lead in the future. Next, I'm looking at the emotional ties it develops or appeals to. A lot of Elpha is giving advice. You have the opportunity to ask personal questions where other women can help you and give you advice. You build relationships with women in the online community by joining communities with them. So you engage in discussions, attend online workshops, and you really get to form a deep and meaningful relationship with women on this app, and it provides you with all the resources to do this. So it really sets you up for success when you want to network, when you want a mentorship. So it is about emotional ties and building relationships. So now I look at the environment Elpha exists in or is entering. It's currently in the networking app environment, like a LinkedIn. It allows for women to network through different industries, but all the industries relate back to the growing world of tech. So you have the ability to network with the top women leaders. Elpha is definitely a part of the tech space, from startup founders to engineers to designers and more. Elpha's directories allow members to join tailored groups for specific skill sets and offerings, like angel investors, freelancers, and coaches. There's also a job board that allows members to refine their search by team size, benefits, and the percentage of women in leadership positions at the company. So Elpha is just easy to jump in and start connecting, but it's definitely a social network platform that benefits women. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss my personal experience with Elpha. I've thoroughly enjoyed this experience throughout the semester with Elpha. I mostly focused on the advice questions and columns because I found them useful in my own professional life. So women on the app ask very thought-provoking questions that I find are parallel in my own life, but I never had a space to ask these questions. So when people try to compare it to LinkedIn, it is kind of, yes, like you can connect with people on a business level, but it's more personal than that. Like you can have a safe space to ask questions that won't come back to your professional business account, because this is way more about personal connections and in the business world, but not just business. It's more than that, which is great and really beneficial. So one user on the app asked, how do you optimize content on your website? This was a question that struck me because it's something I can relate to, because I want to get involved in this question because I work as a marketing manager. I want to understand, how can I optimize my company's content on our website? So another user responded to the question saying, sounds like you're looking for conversion strategies. One that I always think is important is to make sure the main call to action is clear and that is either omnipresent as you scroll through the website on the header, or it's reiterated by the time you've read all the value prop and reappears at the bottom to give you a chance to see it again. So since you responded to the user who posed the original question, they can now connect, talk through messages, and help each other build content and optimize the girl who was asking the questions website. I find it fascinating how responsive everyone is on the app, and I think it will be a great tool for me currently and in the future of my career. So now I'm going to look at the prediction of Elpha. I believe the prediction of Elpha is the app will continue to grow among women in the tech industry world, and then it will expand to more women in different fields. Some roadblocks are that Elpha, will it be as popular when people can network in person again? Is everything moving to apps, including women networking with other women? What other conversations can take place on the app that will benefit society as a whole and women as a whole? Will the future allow women to meet through the app, like through a Skype call, and then that can be embedded as part of the app? That would be very cool and a useful feature. I think a roadblock in the prediction of Elpha could be that people just think it's another LinkedIn, but just for women, and that is semi-true, but it's more than that. It's more personal, and it can really help you in more ways than just your career. It can help with your confidence. It can help you with events you didn't know were available in your field. So it's definitely more than LinkedIn, and I think there's a lot of potential there. Now I'm looking at the future of Elpha. The future of Elpha looks bright. With the right marketing and advertising of the app, Elpha can grow into something as big as LinkedIn, but for women specifically. It allows for such growth of women in business communities, and I believe it will continue to grow at a fast rate. I enjoyed using Elpha this semester. I will continue to do so even when this semester comes to an end. I love all the different aspects of the app and know this is going to become something even bigger because the idea itself is a great one with a ton of potential.